What's happening, everybody? Um, yep. All right. So everybody should be coming over here in a minute. I will wait just un momento, see what everybody's up to here. Kevin Hawthorne did pop in here earlier. Appreciate Kevin as always. Thank you, my man. Yeah, so like you guys just saw, and Kelly pointed out, remembering, that video had aired, God, two springs ago, maybe. And I'd like to think that over the past couple of years that my editing skills have changed a little bit, and I just something about that video. I really loved the light. Hey Kelly, how are you? Really loved the light. The fact that I was out with Brocktonian. Generally, it was just a really good video or good footage, and I just think that my edits were bad. I actually probably trimmed about 5 minutes of that video out. There were parts of it, when you're just learning how to record and stuff with a camera while you're live or trying to gather content. A lot of the times I'm always forgetting to like wipe the front of it. So a bunch of the shots had like smudges and stuff like that in them. So I don't plan on doing that too often where I recycle old content. But now that it's up after this live, I'm actually going to unlist the old version. Just because I feel silly having two of the same videos up, even though this one's definitely way more edited. The transitions are cleaner, the saturation, everything about this video, I think was better than it was before. But anyways, yeah, I think finally, I haven't been out in 2 to 3 weeks. Been enjoying the dry days. I bet I really, really envy you down there in Florida, Kevin. I'm really tired of this snow. Like I was just saying, hello again, T. Like I was just saying, I haven't gotten out in weeks. Everything is frozen. I did see a couple local bridges that seem to be pretty clear. So I might try to get out this week locally. I don't think I'm going to go off Cape yet because I don't want to drive too far and find out that something's frozen. That's like a huge waste of time. Plus living here on the Cape and just going off Cape. I learned this week that the weather can be completely different only a 20-minute drive away. On my birthday this past Saturday, me, Carolina, Talia, and my son Colin, we all got in my car and we were going to go off Cape to this like really cool like entertainment complex that did like go-karts and axe throwing, and they literally, it's a full-on entertainment complex. Josh probably knows. I don't know if Josh is in here or if he's going to be, but it's a lot closer to him. Yeah. Nutso. But like I was saying, we were going to try to go up there up to Rentham, and we got off Cape and started noticing the weather was changing a little bit. But after maybe 3 miles, literally 3 miles of driving, it went from clear skies and a clear highway to probably an inch or two of untreated. Awesome. Appreciate you popping in though, Kelly. Thank you so much. As always, mucho appreciated. So yeah, like I was saying, we literally had to turn around. And once we did that, I actually started to notice that my son's brakes were no good because we took his car because it's better on gas than my truck. Oh man, you didn't have to do that there, Nick. We appreciate you doing that. I don't know if it actually triggered somebody, but anyways, yeah, it ended up being his rear pad. Unfortunately, him being a new driver, he doesn't really know too well. He doesn't know too well to listen for sounds and things like that. and the car, I guess, had been making a crunchy sound for a while. And that was because he totally destroyed the rotor. So that was a expensive lesson for him to learn. You know what I mean? Oop, I don't know who it was that won that there, Nick. Shadow Reaper. I don't know who that is. But I appreciate you doing that. Let me see if it lets me do this. Hello, Carly. Appreciate you sneaking in. Good to see you. But yeah, so we had to deal with that car stuff. No bueno whatsoever. Just get hit with one thing after another. Not what you were trying to do. Whoops. I don't know if there's a way that I can fix that on my end. I wonder if I can look into that, Nick. If that was an accident, I will fix it. I'll just have to look into it. What's going on, Jim? Appreciate you sneaking in. I haven't seen you sneak through here in a bit. I appreciate you watching all the shorts and commenting. It was just in some biblical chat stating my facts. Oh, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah. So the good news, like I said, it's going to be 40 degrees this week. I don't know about you, Carly, but I'm ready for 40 degrees. So I'm going to get out locally. There's this bridge very, very close to the one that I found the gun in Harwich at. And I'm not expecting to find any more guns there, but there's this bridge kind of offset to the back. It's this old walking path, and it's been there for a very long time. So who knows? It'll be a good time being out there anyways. It'll be good to be back out. I think it's been 3 weeks since I've thrown the magnet, since that very first snowstorm, and that was 3 weeks ago. This is exactly what I'm talking about, Carly. I literally have to get outside. I work all day outside, and that's completely different than being out there and actually enjoying what you're doing. Not saying I don't enjoy my job, but putting a ladder up on a pole and climbing and hanging wire, that's not fun. That's just what I get paid for. So, yeah, other than that, I am working on a different video. Trying to come up with something a little different, something similar to the one about Global Magnet Fishing Day. I definitely this is weird. It shows me that there's like nobody in here, even though people are chatting. That's bizarre. But I got another video coming that I'm editing down, and I'm pulling all sorts of content from 3 years of video. I'm calling it something like the 5 most dangerous items to pull up, and we're not even talking about guns. You know, it's weird, Nick. I mean, because you can see that you're in here, Carly's in here, T's in here, but it literally shows me that there is one person in here. I do, Carly. Especially places that have like canals and things like that, but I have done offshore tossing, like on the side. Sometimes at bridges that have a lot of stuff, I'll end up just going down below afterwards. So absolutely, 100%, I do that type of stuff. Yeah, it's impossible that there's one, because I'm literally talking with you, Nick, and at least T is in there. So there's at least 3 people in here. I don't know if Carolina's sitting over there on the couch watching either, but it's weird that the counter says 0. Yeah, I don't know what your phone says, but my counter says that there's 0 people in here, even though I'm talking to people. The counter on this thing says that no one's in here, even though I'm talking with people. Like Carly's in here, Nick's in here, T's in here, Jim's in here. So there's at least 4 or 5 people in here, and the counter only says It doesn't really matter to me, the counter, but it's just weird. Slowly on the mend, but 2.5 weeks post-op. And that's exactly it, T. You know, progress is good. And I really, really hope you don't have to walk with a walker. That would drive me crazy. 2, moving up, dude. Moving up. Yeah, that's why I am in Lakeville. Like, there's a lot of metal stuff. Yeah, I would love to go back, Carly, maybe to that area in Lakeville where I found that explosive. Because I feel like there's a lot of stuff there still. And I wouldn't mind doing some short tossing. She is watching. Mine says 1. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't worry about it either, T. It is what it is. I'm not crazy with the numbers. I'm YouTube is really difficult to keep consistency. Just when you seem to think that you're on like some sort of an upswing, it just plummets again. It's so up and down and up and down. Me and Nick have actually been talking about it for a while. I mean, even he's noticing some weird trends. Like I'm looking at my numbers from last year in February where I was actually able to still go out magnet fishing. I'm down like almost half. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube again, Nick. I can't help it. It's easy to fall into the trap and start complaining about YouTube. It's just weird how it decides where things are going to go and where they aren't. But we just keep plugging away. I want to get back to, I know you were saying Lakeville, but another area I'd love to get back to and do some more shore tossing at, Carly, would be like the Hockomock Swamp in what you call it, like Bridgewater. Because we were up there a while ago at Skim Milk Bridge, where supposedly it was like haunted or something like that. But there was a ton of the river that we didn't even bother with because the water was so low. I'd love to get back there. I'd love to find more bridges that are inside of that Bridgewater Triangle area that they talk about. Because I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but there is Beyond Skinwalker Ranch. They did an episode on that place, and Josh Gates did one of the Expedition X or something like that. He sent his people out there. Let's see. We'll have the walker till I'm strong enough to use just a cane, but I told my PT today I'm hoping by this time next week. There you go. That's awesome. Unfortunately, my daughter sometimes has to use canes and or walkers too. She has this degenerative I don't want to call it a disease, a thing, medical issue called Ehlers-Danlos. Alexandra is actually Carolina. I don't know why it's showing up people's names like that, but Alexandra is Carolina. She's sitting right over there on the couch. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Is there a commercial on this live? I don't usually put them on for this. So let me know if you just saw a commercial because there should be no ads in this. I don't monetize the lives until after because I don't want ads in it. So if there are ads, please let me know. But yeah, going back to that T, Ehlers-Danlos, it's something where she doesn't have a lot of the collagen in her arms. Ooh, that sucks, Jim. All right, I'm gonna have to look at the settings. I think StreamYard changed something this week, and they do allow you to monetize through it now. So maybe I accidentally clicked on something. It's new. I'm actually going to be changing streaming services. Jason, what's up, dude? Because there's this one called Restream, we can get rid of that because I hate that logo. I want to start using all of our own, obviously. I can do like custom backgrounds. I can do a lot more with Restream than I can with StreamYard. And StreamYard wants to charge $49 to do the same thing that Restream will do for 16. So that makes more sense. Jason, are you guys seeing any sort of that's exactly where I was about to go. I was about to start talking about weather and stuff. Are you starting to see any thawing out up there? I'm assuming because you're more north, you're definitely not thawing out because we're not. We got rain the other day, as Carly knows. We got rain the other day, and it just added another element of frozen hell for us. Because what used to just be 12 inches of snow is now 11 inches of snow, but that top 2 layers is just ice. Again. I balanced. Good Lord. You know what A and D is? I have. You just got nailed with 2 ads? All right. You know what we'll do, guys? But a couple days of 30 next week in the 40s. That's what we got. We got 40s coming here too, Jason. We'll probably only hang till about 8:15 or then too. I don't want that to happen. The replay, it's all right to have ads on, but not while I'm actually like physically live. I hate having ads. I don't know. I have asked her, Carly, even if she took some sort of collagen supplement. I forgot the name of the company, but when I used to do a lot of like racing and stuff like that, I remember there was always a supplement company that did collagen. And I thought I had asked her back then if that worked or not. But basically what happens, because she doesn't have much collagen, even if she's walking around with a cane, she can pop her shoulder out of the socket. Or as she's walking, she could pop a hip out. And oh, there he is. Holy crap, where is this guy coming from? Did you sniff out that I just played an old video that had you in it? I am working on some of it. Thank you, Carly. I am working on it. I actually have a heat press downstairs. I have some transfers that I got printed out, and it's actually is a really cool design. I'm going to use this, I'll see if I can dig it up real quick. Same old stuff, Broctonian. Hope things are going good with you, my man. I know you, and you know what, actually? I turned on my phone to watch the live to see how many ads would come up, and I just got my first one. That's bullcrap. Yeah, it was just the one from Lynn Brockton. I didn't really. I was watching a lot of older video and stuff like that, and I didn't like the editing on it. A lot of the camera footage had smudges on it, so I got rid of a lot of that. And once we're done with this, I'm gonna unlist the other one, not delete it. I'm gonna unlist the other one. But I don't know where I was just at. Carly was talking about something. Let me see if I can find this. It was a great spot though. I'd love to go back to Lynn. It's just way farther up in Boston than I generally want to go. Let's see if I can find this, Carly. I really want you to see this design. Oh, I do. It's right there. Look at that. I'm going to pop it up on screen here. And if you don't like this one, you don't have to do this one. I do have some black ones coming. I'll look into sweatshirts. I'll definitely look into that. But this one is silly. It's got a little innuendo in it. Okay. Here it is. Well, it will have the regular Cape Cod logo will be right here, but this design is going on the back. I have a whole bunch of transfers and stuff like that already made up. I'm going to put that, like I said, I'm going to put that on the back. Why is it like that? Why is that like that? There we go. Yeah, I've probably got 15 transfers front and back to make those shirts. But I'll definitely look into sweatshirts. You can do them though, Carly. I don't looks like the magnet on your tattoo. Could be. There are some on our YouTube store, actually, Carly. I totally forgot about that because I don't really remember that we have one. It's through a company called Fourth Wall. I'm not super, super, super impressed with the way that they printed it though. I ordered a sample and it was kind of rough. The ink. They say that that's because of the material of the sweatshirt that I chose. And I coming from a graphic design background and also understanding how screen printing and stuff like that works. I don't know how much I believe of that, but I'll look into doing it myself. That was good though, right? It's a funny design. I have had a lot of interest in it, but I don't know if you guys all noticed this, right? I want you to think of the word procrastinate. What is inside of there? My name. So with some things, I am super spot on. If I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it. But for some reason, these shirts, I'm just having a hard time putting them together. I've probably had the transfers and the t-shirts now for at least 3 months. 3 months. And I know that I could be, I've had a ton of people interested in that particular design. So I guess I just got to get them done. I do have some black shirts. Yeah, I have black shirts. I don't have sweatshirts, so. Erwin snuck in. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. What's happening, dude? Appreciate you sneaking in there, my man. Good to see you. Well, well, what the heck does crast mean? Crast? So you're a pro in crast and Nate. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, it's interesting though. Trying to get that heat press going. I know people want the shirts. Yeah. I hear you, man. I know what you're talking about, dude. Um, Brockton, we got to go out sometime soon, dude. Um, you're around Boston a lot more than I am. What do those rivers look like? What if we met back up at that place in Lynn? Seriously, bro. There's got to be other spots like that in Lynn, or dude, what about Lowell? I described behavior and language as grossly insensitive. Ooh, how apropos. I thought he was saying, I know what the word crass is, but I thought he wrote crast. So I just got a little, yeah, I know crass. It's kind of, most of us here from New England are very crass speakers. That's why they call us massholes, which is funny because my son just finally become a maniac. He We got him a new car. He just had to register it in Maine. He had to go get his own insurance. He now has his license. So after about a year and a month, he is now officially a Maine citizen. He's a maniac. We had to come up with something for you folks up there in Cow Hampshire. Jason, if we're massholes and they're maniacs, what does that make you? And what do you mean you're not? You haven't been around Boston? We'll have to catch up after this, dude. We'll have to catch up after this, Broctonian. See where we're at. Wow, that's pretty cool. Working remotely. Okay, we're definitely going to have to catch up. 100%, dude. But I may have to start scoping out a granite stator. That's not demeaning at all, dude. We need something with some crass. We need a nice crass name for New Hampshire. No, my son downstairs, Brockton, he just applied to UMass Lowell because they have a very good ROTC program. And yeah. Are you kidding me, dude? I've been on my computer for the past couple of days and I've been getting paid and I'm going to be traveling all around the world. We're definitely going to have to talk. Yeah, I want to do the opposite, Carly. I actually want to go down south because I'm tired of this cold. Magnetos or magnate. There we go. That's funny. Magnate. We could use that. I might have to steal that, Erwin. We might have to use that for something. I don't know if I want to work with you, dude. Not in that type of way. But yeah, we'll talk coffee here. I've been at my place for almost 18 years, dude. It would literally it would take so much to get me to walk away from that place. I do remember the band Crass, of course I do. Little old school punky rock. When I grew up, my sister kind of first got me into punk, and I remember listening to Crass all the time. There were tons of bands around that time. I mean, God, it was I listened to everything back then. Magnate is very well. That's right. That's right. Except not so much. Not really. My newest vehicle that I just bought, my brand new truck. Yeah, it's a 2011. I'm definitely not a magnate. But I thought it meant something else too. That's what I used to say all the time, not being a hot weather girl, but I used to always say I loved living up here in the cold. And I was actually talking with a customer today. I was this gentleman from Nepal. I was at his restaurant today, and him and I were talking about that and how with age, that's why I don't like the cold anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to him about talking about traveling around the world. That's somewhere I would like to go to is Nepal. So much history over there. Um, that's one of the definite places. And he told me today that he could help me out with a tour when I get over there. Cheeseheads here. Cheeseheads. That's right. You're Wisconsinites, so you guys are cheeseheads. You know what's pretty messed up about Cape Cod? Okay, we don't have anything directly. We're still considered mass holes. But one of the things that was kind of a trademark of this area, and all of you guys in all the different states that you're in, you can walk into any grocery store and pick up Cape Cod potato chips. And they're just closing the Cape Cod potato chip factory here on Cape Cod. Literally the only one that exists on the Cape. And now everything is going to be, I don't know if it's overseas or where they're going to be making them, but as a Cape Codder, I don't think you can call something Cape Cod potato chips when they don't make Cape Cod potato chips here anymore. That's almost like saying, I don't know, taking the Boston Red Sox and putting them over in Wisconsin and still calling them the Boston Red Sox. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's Cape Cod potato chips. You can't change the name. And I will definitely miss driving down Independence Park and being able to smell the chips being made. I've been in that factory a ton of times because obviously they have internet and stuff like that. And I've gone there to help service them, and whether it's putting new modems in or Cleveland Steamers. I don't even want to know. I'm not going to guess. I'm staying right away from that one. God, we're all over the place tonight. But going back to the temperatures, why are they moving? I don't know, Jim. I think it's just the bigger company. I think only like 2% of Cape Cod potato chips were still made here. And that's maybe how they could keep the name. That's probably exactly it, Jason. If I were to look it up real quick, yeah, they're not from Cape Cod. I won't eat them anymore. Once that place closes, I'm done with Cape Cod potato chips. Let's just see why they're closing. I didn't even look. Why is Cape Cod potato chip closing? There you go. We are known as Cape Codders. Yes, yeah. That's just not the crass name for a Cape Codder. We're still massholes, dude. We definitely have to talk here, Sean. I don't know what it is that you're doing all of a sudden. Yeah, you can smell it when you used to drive by all the time. Cape Cod potato. It says, oh, it only was 4% of total brand volume. And that's exactly what it says. Owner Campbell's is consolidating operations to be more efficient, larger plants in other states. It was deemed too small and inefficient, which basically means exactly what you were saying. They were losing money. I wasn't looking up to clean it. No, I don't really want to know what it is. Doesn't sound good. Brockton, I hope you're bringing your magnet with you wherever you're going. Where in Florida are you going to? You could catch up with Mark and Nick and all those dudes. Yeah, rub it in. DC was fun. Brockton. We were down there. Me and my son Colin were down there last year, and I magnet fished in the Potomac River. And then I ended up getting a Washington, D.C. flag tattooed on my ankle because I really liked the flag. Yeah, I don't really want to know. If Irwin is the one that brought it up, I definitely don't want to look it up. But guys, I think I'm gonna take off. It's a little early, a couple minutes earlier than 8:30. But they gave me a 2024 F-150. Are you kidding me, dude? Dude, I'm gonna catch up with you. I gotta take care of some stuff a little later on. Um, I'm gonna catch up with you this weekend because I am really, really curious about what it is you're doing. I don't know what this is. I don't know what any of that. You should go, Jason. We went to the museum. We went to the Smithsonian. We saw so many different things down there. But I'm going to take off, guys. These ads, I keep seeing them popping up on my phone, and I can only imagine what they're doing to you guys. I'm not looking it up. I swear to God, I won't look it up. I will text you, dude. We got to connect. I appreciate everybody coming by, hanging out. Hopefully next week I have something brand new. Like I said, it's going to be 40 degrees on Monday, so I am not going to. I'm not staying in this weekend. I don't care what it is. I'm going to get out there somewhere. I appreciate y'all, and we will catch y'all next week. Adios.